Hi guys! In this video we're going to be looking at converting an improper fraction to a mixed number. To understand what an improper fraction is, let's go through some definitions first. Now the fractions that we are really familiar with are the proper fractions. So that's when the numerator or the top number is smaller than the denominator. So for example, 2 is my numerator and 3 is the denominator. I can see that 2 is smaller and 3 is larger. That's what we normally have, and I can draw that as well. That becomes 3 parts and 2 of them is colored in. Now with an improper fraction, it's the other way around. An improper fraction is when the numerator or the top number is larger and the denominator is smaller. So if we flip this fraction around, it's 3 on 2. We can see that the top is larger this time and the bottom is smaller. So that's what we're going to be looking at today. And we're going to be changing the improper fractions into mixed numbers. Mixed numbers includes a full number, like a whole number, and also a fraction. So for example, 2 and 3/4 is a mixed number because we have 2 as our whole number and our fraction is 3/4. Let's get started with some examples. The best way to explain how to convert is through drawing, because visually you can see exactly what's going on. So I'm going to draw 3 over 2. Now over 2, that means that one thing is divided into 2 parts. So I'm going to have 2 pies. I'm going to divide them. That tells me over 2. And the 3 tells me how many parts are colored in. So there's 3 parts that are colored in, so 3 halves. 1, 2, 3. So now I can see that 3 over 2 is the same as 1 whole and a half. So that equals 1 and a half. Let's look at some more examples. 11 over 3. Okay, so again, over 3 tells me that these pies or these wholes are going to be split into thirds. So let's do that first. My thirds are not very pretty, but anyway. Okay, now 11 thirds are colored in. So there's 1/3, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm missing some, so I'll draw one in. I'm up to 9. So 10, 11. Okay, I've now colored it in 11 thirds. That tells me there's 1 whole, another whole, another whole, and 2 thirds. So altogether, 1, 2, 3, 3 wholes, and 2 thirds. 11 over 3 is 3 wholes and 2 thirds. Let's look at the next example, and then I'll show you a shorter way of doing this. Kind of like a shortcut. Okay, the next part. We're going to divide it into quarters, and we have 21 quarters this time. So we'll divide it into quarters first. Hopefully I have enough circles this time. Okay, now we've got 21 quarters. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Okay, there we go. So we have 1 whole, another whole, all those wholes, and 1/4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5 wholes. So 5 whole cakes or 5 whole pies, and 1/4 of a cake or a pie or whatever you want to call it. So 21/4 is the same as 5 1/4. Now there is actually an easy way to do it instead of drawing it. There are actually 2 shortcuts, so I'm going to show you the slightly longer way of doing it first, and then in part 2 we'll look at the shortcut. Alright, let's take a look at this. So 3 on 2. That means that I have 1 whole, so 2 on 2 is a whole, plus 1 on 2. That gives me 3 on 2. So that tells me that 2 on 2, we know that that is 1.5. Let's look at our next example. We have 11 on 3. So how many wholes do we have? Got 3 on 3 plus 3 on 3 plus 3 on 3. That gives me 9 altogether. We need 2 more to make it 11, so we need to plus 2 on 3. So that shows me that it's 1 whole, 2 wholes, 3 wholes. So 3 wholes and that equals 3 wholes and 2 on 3. Okay, let's take a look at the next example. We won't look at the picture this time. I'm just going to try and do it without the picture. So we've got 21 on 4, 21 on 4. That's the same as 4/4 plus 4/4 plus 4/4 plus 4/4. We've got 4, 8, 12, 16. 4/4 gives me 20. And I want 21, so plus 1/4. That gives me 21. Now that shows me that there's 1 whole, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 wholes, and we've got 1/4 left over. So 5 wholes and 1/4. And you can see that in the picture as well. Well, you can't see where I wrote that. Okay, 5 wholes and 1/4. So hopefully that's been pretty clear for you. Please let me know if you have any problems. And in the next video, we will look at the shortcut, where you can work with really large improper fractions without having to draw or write all that algorithm out as well. Thanks so much for watching, and as always, I will see you in the next video.